Welcome students. Today we are also doing revision of the same chapter. Question number 8, page number 128, chapter Force and Laws of Motion. Question number 8. An automobile vehicle has a mass of 1500 kg. What must be the force between the vehicle and the road if the vehicle is to be stopped with a negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square? Now let us see. This is example 1, question number 8 of your book. An automobile vehicle has a mass of 1500 kg. So this is the mass of the vehicle. What must be the force between the vehicle and the road if the vehicle is to be must be the force? So we have to calculate the force. If the vehicle is to be stopped with a negative acceleration means minus 1.7 meter per second. So here it is given 1.7. So negative means, so we have to, it is a simple question. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So force is equal to 1500 into minus 1.7. So if you calculate, it comes out to be 2550 Newton with minus sign. So this is the answer of question number 1. Now, question number 8. Now, question number 9. What is the momentum of an object of mass m moving with a velocity v? That's quite easy. So momentum is mass into velocity. So D portion is the answer. Option D is the answer. Question number 10. Now this is important. Using a horizontal force of 200 Newton, we intend to move a wooden cabinet across a floor at a constant velocity. What is the friction force that will be exerted on the cabinet? Now see. This is question number 10. Question number 10. See. There must be some box. A horizontal force is applied to it. A horizontal force is applied to it. Horizontal force is 200 Newton. Horizontal, you know, the x-axis. We intend to move a wooden cabinet across a floor at a constant velocity. So velocity must be constant. That means there is no acceleration. That means there should be no force acting. And here the force of friction is acting. Now we have to calculate the force of friction. So there should not be any unbalanced force because we have to maintain constant velocity. So constant velocity means that there should not be any acceleration. And if there is no acceleration, that means there should not be any imbalanced force. So the friction force should be equal to 200 Newton. So this is the answer. Now a student has asked me what is horizontal force. A student has asked me, see, there is no force like horizontal force or vertical force. Now this is this is x-axis, this is y-axis, you must be knowing. So the forces which are acting in this direction, x-axis, are known as horizontal forces, and the forces which are acting in the vertical direction, y-axis, these are known as vertical forces. Now in higher classes you will study, not in the 9th class, there is a block and a force is acting like this, and if it is making some angle theta with the horizontal, then each and every force is analyzed into x-axis, that is horizontal component, and vertical component. So let us do it. So this force is, let this force be F. Now if this force is analyzed into two parts, that is horizontal force, it becomes F cos theta and it becomes F sin theta. Now Sin theta and cos theta are trigonometric terms that you will study in 11th class. So I am just telling you that horizontal force, there is no horizontal force. Horizontal force is only that force which is acting in the x direction. Now question number 11. Two objects each of mass 1.5 kg are moving in the same straight line but in opposite directions. The velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second before the collision, during which they stick together. What will be the velocity of the combined object after collision? Now see, two objects, example number 2, two objects each of mass 1.5 kg. So let m1 is equal to m2 is equal to 1.5 kg. Both are 1.5 kg, are moving in the same straight line but in opposite directions. The velocity of each object is, velocity let u1, initial velocity is 2.5 meter per second before the collision, during which the velocity of each object, okay, so u2 is equal to minus 2.5 meter per second because their directions are different. So if a body is going this one m1, another is going m2 is coming this way, clear? So it is mu1 u2, so that is why we have put negative sign. The velocity of each object is 2 point before the collision, during which they stick together. Now after collision they stick together. What will be the final velocity of the combined object after collision? Now we have to find out the final velocity. We know from conservation of law of conservation of momentum, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. We know. Now m1 u1 plus m2 u2 we are having, but here since both the bodies combined, so combined mass is m1 m2 and their velocity, let the final velocity be v. Now we are putting m1 is 1.5 into u1 2.5 minus, this minus will come here, m2 1.5 into u2 2.5 is equal to 1.5 plus 1.5 into v. So this becomes 0 is equal to 3v. So final velocity also becomes 0. So the final velocity of the combined object is 0. So this is the answer of question number 11. Now question number 12. I think you must do yourself. Okay, you should try, and I am giving you a hint that it is based on Newton's third law, that is to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Now one thing to note, the hint is that when equal and opposite forces act, they don't act on the same body, they act on the two different bodies. This is what you have to remember, and then you have to solve. Now question number 13. A hockey ball of mass 200 gram traveling at 10 meter per second is struck by a hockey stick so as to return it along its original path with a velocity at 5 meter per second. Calculate the change of momentum occurred in the motion of the hockey ball by the force applied by the hockey stick. A hockey ball of mass 200, example 3, mass 200 gram. So this is the mass of the hockey ball traveling at 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. Okay. Is stuck by a hockey stick so as to return it along its original path with a velocity. So see, in the initial u1 is in this direction and final velocity is in the opposite direction, because he is saying is struck by a hockey stick so as to return it. So this is word is important, along its with a velocity of, so the final velocity is minus 5 meter per second. Now we have to calculate the change of momentum occurred in the motion of the hockey ball by the force applied by the stick. So we have to find out the change in momentum. See, change in momentum is, we know change in momentum it is denoted by delta P. Let the initial momentum be this one, P1 initial momentum, M into U is equal to, now see, mass is equal to 200 gram. First of all, let us convert into SI unit. 200 divided by 1000 is equal to 0.2 kg. So mass of the ball is 0.2 kg. So we will multiply it here. 0.2 into, this is 0.2. 0.2 into 10 meters. So it becomes 2 meter, kg meter per second. See, the unit of momentum is mass into velocity, kg meter per second. So P2 is the final momentum. Final momentum is mass into final velocity. So mass here is m into v is equal to 0.2 into minus 5 is equal to minus 1 kg meter per. Now see, change in momentum is equal to P2 minus P1, that is final momentum minus initial momentum. So delta P becomes minus 1 P2 minus P1, minus 1 minus 2 is equal to minus 3 kg meter per second. So the change in momentum is minus 3 kg meter per second. So this is the answer. Now next there is a question. Now this is not from NCERT book. A force of 5 Newton gives a mass m1 an acceleration of 8 meter per second square and a mass m2 an acceleration of 24 meter per second square. What acceleration it will give if both the masses are tied together? Now see, a force of 5 Newton, where force is 5 Newton, gives a mass m1 and acceleration of, m1 is unknown, acceleration a1 is given 8 meter per second square, and a mass m2 it is also not given, and it gives an acceleration of 24 meter per second square. What acceleration it give if both the masses are tied together? So we have to find out the acceleration when these two masses are tied together and the force remains same, that is F is equal to 5 Newton. Now we know F, we have to find out acceleration, but before finding acceleration we should find out m1 plus m2. Now we know F is equal to ma, so m is equal to F upon a. So m1 is equal to F, that is 5, F upon a1 is equal to 5 by 8. So this is m1, that is m1 is 5 by 8 kg. So I am writing here only. m2 is equal to F upon a2. So F here is 5 Newton and it is 24. So 5 by 24 kg is m2. Now combined mass becomes m1 plus m2, which becomes 5 by 8 plus 5 by 24, m1 plus m2. We will take LCM. 24 is the LCM. Let us take 8 3 ja 24, 3 5 ja 15 plus 24 1 ja 5. It comes out to be 20 by 24. Now if we cut it by 4, 4 5 ja 20, 4 6 ja 24. So m1 plus m2 is equal to 5 by 6 kg. So this is the combined mass. Now force is 5 Newton. Combined mass is this. We have to find out the acceleration. So acceleration is equal to C. Acceleration is equal to F upon M. F here is 5 Newton divided by M, combined mass M1 plus M2. So acceleration is 5 by this portion M1 plus M2, 5 by 6. So it comes 5 into 6 by 5. 5 cancels and it comes out to be 6 meter per second. So this is the acceleration of the combined masses. Now example number 5. A bullet of mass 0.04 kg moving with a speed of 90 meter per second enters a heavy wooden block and is stopped after a distance of 60 centimeter. What is the average resistive force exerted by the block on the bullet? Now let me explain you the question. A bullet of mass, there is a bullet of mass 0.04 kg. So this is the mass of the bullet moving with a velocity of, with a speed of 90 meter per second, enters a heavy wooden block and is stopped after a distance of 60 centimeter. So it stops means the final velocity becomes 0 after a distance of 60 centimeter. So distance is covered by the bullet in the wooden block is 60 centimeter. This becomes 60 by 100 is equal to 0.6 meter. Clear? Now if we see the position, the diagram, let us suppose this is the wooden block, and as the bullet enters, let us suppose that this here bullet stops, let this distance be 60 centimeter, that is 0.6 meter. Now here velocity, final velocity becomes 0, and here at this portion initial velocity is 90 meter per second. 90 meter per second. Now we have to solve it. We have to what is the average resistive force exerted? We have to find out the force exerted by the block on the bullet. So F is equal to ma. So acceleration we are not knowing. Now we will first of all we will calculate acceleration, because F is equal to ma, A is equal to A is unknown. So we will find out through with the help of 3 equations. Here time is not given, so we will use third equation of motion, that is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V square is 0, u square is 90 whole square plus 2 into acceleration which is unknown and distance is 0.6. So if this portion 90 square comes this side, so 2 into 6 1.2, A is equal to 90 into 90. So A becomes, I am doing here, A becomes 90 into 90 but divided by 1.2, and this sign will be minus. Okay, so it comes out to be, acceleration comes out to be 6,750 meter per second square. So this is the acceleration. Now we have to find out the force exerted by it. So force is equal to ma, I have already told you. So mass of the bullet is 0.04, so it becomes 0.04 into, sorry, this is minus sign, okay, so it is minus 6750, which comes out to be 200 minus 270 meters. So force exerted by the block, this minus sign shows where the force exerted by the block is opposite to the direction of the movement of the bullet. So the force exerted by the block on the bullet is 270 Newton. Now that's all today. Your assignment is you have to solve question number 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of your NCERT book, page number 129, chapter number 9. So thank you.